Hello guys, my name is Martijn, but most will know me as Total Warzone, and today I'll bring you guys a guide on how to beat cavalry in online battles the fastest as possible. So in this guide I will go step by step from picking an army, deploying your troops and eventually destroying the enemy cav. So first of all, we're here in the army screen. As you can see, a friend of mine is helping me. He's playing as the Cavalry. I will play as Carthage for this guide, but it works from every faction of course with some decent cav. So I will just pick somehow a regular army, and we will in the battle we will just focus on the cav fight itself. So I will take a general and bodyguard, some Libyan infantry. Let's take some Cretan archers, and now let's focus on the cav. So first of all, the first thing you want to know is that melee cav is the best against cavalry. Shock cav is only good at charging, but it's very hard to get them cost effective in cav fights. So first of all, if you really want to beat the enemy cav with your own cav, you need some shock cavalry. And the best thing to do is to pick some good shock cavalry. So I'm just going to pick one companion cav. This is a very powerful melee cav of course. And what you can do now is or take another melee cav, it works. Or in my case it's also possible to use a shock cav. It's a little bit harder, but in this guide I will use a combination between melee cav and shock cav. And you need to decide and you need to know, well, you need to guess what kind of cav force will my opponent bring. If you think he's gonna bring a large cav force like Parthia or Bactria, or even a barbarian faction often use a lot of noble horse, you want to consider using some spear support. So I'm just going to get a late Libyan hoplite in here as well, and you need to think like, well, what am I going to use for the cav fight, what am I going to use for the infantry fight. So in this case I use my Libyan infantry and my Cretan archers to beat the infantry, and my late Libyan hoplites and my 2 cav units are just meant to destroy the enemy cav, and after that support the infantry fight of course. So I didn't choose all my money, but we're just going to focus on the cav fight, so this will be a good setup to start. What you can also do is pick some more cav without spears, or pick some more melee cav, but don't take only shock cav, it's really not that good in cav fights. Always get some melee cav in there. So let's go. Let's get into the battle now. As I said, we're going to focus on the cav flank, and I will go step by step on how to defeat the enemy. And of course this isn't going to happen 100% of the time. Not every opponent online plays the same or use the same cav force, but this is a way that is just really good to defeat a general force, because most of the time an enemy will bring kind of the same amount of cav units. So when we're loading up right now, I can tell you that the most used cav online is melee cav, and most of the time they will bring some very heavy melee cav. If you're fighting against Rome, expect Praetorian cav. If you're fighting against Macedon, expect Aspis companion cav. So you really need to bring some good cav yourself as well. It's really, when you have the cav advantage, that's just a huge advantage in battle, because cav can really turn the battle around sometimes. Let's almost finish loading up here. Come on, come on. Yep, here we are. I picked a really well, boring battle map, but it's easier for you to see. So I'm just going to deploy my units as normal. Of course it's really basic deployment, just my archers in front, get some Libyan infantry around them, and we're going to focus on the left flank, my right flank for my opponent with the cav. And that's not where I position them right now of course. But I'm going to put my cav on the left flank, and in this case I brought these late Libyan hoplites just to support my cav fight, so I'm going to position them right there as well. And this is just, I'll put my general behind him of course, and this is for now just, we're not going to look at this, this is just to make it a bit more realistic. We're going to look at this flank over here. Here the magic will happen. So I'm ready. Alright, here we go. So at this point what you want to do is, you don't want to rush your opponent even if you have the cav advantage. The last thing you want to do is to get your cav all around here and attack the enemy. The enemy has brought the 2 noble horses in this case, a very powerful cav, and probably better than my 2 cav, because shock cav isn't that great in melee combat with other cav. So what you don't want to do is attack them straight on, and as I said, at their spawn, because what they can do is give support. They can send infantry to them, they can send their missile troops to them. There's all kind of support, and maybe even if you play against the Seleucids or Bactria, they will use elephants or things like that to support the cav fight, and you don't want that. What you want to do is or attack at your own base, where we are at right now, but most of the time this won't happen. Your opponent will probably won't allow that as well. So what you want to do is, when you really are confident about winning the cav fight, if you follow this guide for example, you want to attack in the middle, away from all the infantry, and especially away from the enemy infantry. So what I want to do right now is push up a little. Like this. So one common made mistake is that spear units, in Shogun 2 spear units were just crushing cav in every engagement. Not in Rome 2, really not. All the spears, when they get charged by some good cav, they will easily get routed. They won't do any damage at all. So what you won't need to do is, you won't want your spear unit to be attacked. You want them to support the cav fight. You don't want them to attack enemy cav, really. And I'm going to show that later on. So first of all, if the enemy is trying to attack your spear unit straight on, or try to get him away, intercept him with other cav, or brace, but it's not the engagement you want. So right now I'm using my melee cav to push forward, because melee cav is really good at holding out and killing enemy cav, but slowly, and shock cav is really good at charges, but it will die very fast in melee combat. So I'm going to push my melee cav up here, just playing around. And what I don't want to do, I keep my shock cavalry especially in the back, because I don't want them to get charged, I don't want them to get attacked. So what I want to do right now is wait. I want to wait a moment, because my spears are a little bit far away. Our opponent is separating his troops right now, of course. But you just want to keep your shock cav and your spears safe as possible. You want to use your melee cav to protect them, basically. So right now I'm going to attack a unit over here. Oh, he's coming after me. What I want to do now is pull my shock cav out of here. I don't want him to get charged, and I use my melee cav to get a solid charge. And now, because my melee cav is engaged, my opponent will focus all his attention on this unit as one, of course. And now is the time to push your spear unit in. Turn formation attack off. Turn it off. It will penetrate better. It will do more damage. And this is the way you should use your shock cavalry right now. You want to use trample, and you want to get in there. This is the way you should use enemy shock cavalry, because I can tell you this, those noble horse have a pretty fair chance of winning this cav fight. As you can see, my companion cav is already halfway down, while their shock cav is holding out pretty good. So you want to pull out of there as quickly as possible with the noble horse, of the noble cavalry in this case, your shock cav, and you want to get in there again. Just recharge them. Here they come again a charge. And this is where shock cavalry excels in. As you can see, already routing one unit gives a morale penalty as well, back charging. My companion cav is about to rout as well right now. But as you can see, those spearmen I have right here are very cheap. They only cost like 400 talents or something. But they are getting a decent amount of kills, they really do. So one enemy cav unit is dead. Charging again right now. Just keep charging them. If you use melee cav, of course, just leave them in combat. And my spears are really doing work. My spears alone already killed almost one entire unit. So as you can see right now, this unit returns, but the cav fight really turned into my favor. I still have a decent amount of my own cav. Well, basically it almost costs the same, because noble cav is really expensive. They're a little bit worse than noble horse. So because of the tremendous support of these late living hoplites, they were very cost effective. They were destroyed. But what you just don't want to get is what you don't want to charge enemy cav, because what I'm trying to do right now, my opponent will charge my spearman right now. While I charge him, most players will do this. Well, his cav is almost dead, as you can see right now, so I don't know if it really works. But look at that, just devastating the entire spear unit. And it loses a lot of men right now. They are getting up, some of them, but this is not the fight you want to be in. I will destroy the Scav because they're almost dead, but a lot of spears died in this engagement, so this is not what you want. You really want to use these guys as support unit. So to conclude this little guide for you guys, you want to get melee cav, always get melee cav, then decide if you want to get another melee cav or get shock cavalry, and just decide if you're going to use some spearmen to support the cav fight, because if you're just going to fight at your own base and you want to send those Libyan infantry to support the fight, that will make your infantry engagement weaker. So decide if you want to use spearmen, and how to use these guys. Shock cavalry only charging, don't let them get charged, keep them recharging. Melee cav needs to pin down the enemy, needs to protect the other units, and spear units should always be used as support and not as a attacking unit of cavalry. So I hope this explains you guys a little bit more about cav fights. This was just the first episode to try out how well this goes. I like doing these things, so I hope you can make use of this, and I hope you're ready for the next one. If you want to see another guide, and if you have any advice for this video or another guide, please let me know in the comments below. See you guys later. Bye.